Well, today we had a conference of 32 countries under the African Elephant Coalition. And they have been consulting each other, especially when it comes to the CITES meeting, which is going to take place in Colombo in May. And they have taken a position. The position is, how do we save the African elephant? Because the numbers are going down. And the contradiction is that there are some countries that are pushing for opening up of trade, illegal trade. So it's a contradiction. Do we want trade? Do we want conservation? And we know the African elephant is a target of this illegal and legal. So how do we manage it? Yeah, because if we say we open and then we have the issue of declining of numbers, we'll be contradicting ourselves. So we have taken a clear position, and we, the Kenyan government, are very clear. We want all legal trade to be banned. Also, we are very clear that elephants should be in Appendix 1. Yeah, so there's no trading on elephants or the ivory, and that's very clear. And this is what this resolution have brought people together. We have countries, particularly the SADC countries, which have a different position. So how do we engage them? But also we have other countries, the European Union, Americas, other areas. Again, the double standards and the contradictions. How do we make sure that it is done in the true spirit of conservation? And we cannot take chances in Africa. We have areas which are not well developed. Security is an issue. Criminality comes in. So every sort of danger. And the more we continue just playing these games, the more we are losing elephants in our countries. Yes, in Kenya we have done very well in anti-poaching programs. Last year we had less than 40 elephants poached. Yeah. So yes, we have done well, but we don't want even those 40 to lose, because we know what the devastating numbers are in the continent of Africa.
So maybe you can tell us what solutions the meeting has highlighted to solving the problem, and maybe give us some highlights on the proposals you've given other countries. Well,
the clear position is to have a strategy how we convince the other countries to support the position of the continent of Africa, majority in the continent of Africa, where we have elephants in Appendix 1. How do we approach European Union? And there's a small team has been put together, and I'm willing to lead that team to meet the African Union in Brussels and address these issues.
Okay. We have an issue with most of our elephant tusks end up in China. Are you trying to engage China in this?
Well, China has done very well in terms of stopping the trade in China. Yeah, then they recently wavered on the issue of medicinal, and the Central Committee of the party have reversed that. So we want to congratulate China, have done very well. We want the European Union also to close that market, because again, as much as we have blamed China, there is a market ready in European Union. So let's work together as the international community to make sure that the African elephants are saved.
One last question, please.
Yeah.
What about the local community where the poaching is done? How is the ministry involved in that?
Well, first of all, Kenya has a very good record on doing conservation by involving the local communities through community conservancies. And the local communities are very supportive. The biggest threat on elephants is agriculture, because there's a demand for agricultural land, there's a demand for human activities, and that encroachment on the wildlife corridors and dispersal areas are issues we need. But these are engagement that we always engage. And we have so far very positive support. And we are cognizant of also the effect of human-wildlife conflict. And very soon we will have a discussion, a dialogue on human-wildlife conflict. This problem is not a government problem. It is our problem together, because the wildlife belongs to all of us. And it's a heritage. And we need together to find a solution. And compensation, financial compensation, is not the solution, because it is too expensive to do it. It's not sustainable. Yeah? And we need to find another form of compensation. And there's something which I've directed my officers to do, is to pursue the option of getting an insurance policy on this subject. So we are looking at that and see how best we can be able to have an insurance policy on compensation, both on crop destructions, on issues of injuries, on issue of death. So these are the issues that we are now in dialogue. That's why in a couple of months we'll have a huge conference to have a dialogue with Kenyans on what will be the solution on the issue of human-wildlife conflict.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Asante sana. Thank you. Good.